Hi traders, this is Mikael from beststrategiesfortrading.com. Today I'm preparing the US market before the opening, the 21st of November 2013. I'm going to give you brief information about how I operate. I'm a swing trader. I use contrarian strategies. I bring my methods from price action levels, pivots, troughs, moving average, trend lines, and Fibonacci retracements. My search limitation that I always need a stock that have more than $10 million in average daily turnover. my methods come from my own developed scanning algorithms. I built them in the Metastock in the platform. For more information, please watch my tutorial technical analysis 101 on YouTube. I come more in depth about the philosophy and psychology behind how it works. Sorry. Money management, I use a position size at the moment of 10%. My target is at 2.6%, trailing target, reset end of day. My stop is a trailing stop, reset end of day. It's minus 1.3%. My favorite example from price action movements and price action levels comes from the SPY. This is the S&P 500 tracking ETF. This is the market. 2000 was a high peak, easy to find, and when the market several years later came up to that level, you will have a resistance level where not always but probably the price will come back down and find the resistant. You can also find resistant or support from the 200 moving average. I believe that's the most used moving average, the 200 daily moving average. I have it in red here. You see support several times on the way up, and you see resistance several times on the way down. You can also make trend lines by connecting several troughs. That could also make up a resistance or support line. Okay. And most important, when you're using this kind of price action levels, it doesn't make any difference what kind of time frame you're using. If I change the weekly, you will have the same level except for the 200 moving average, because now it's a weekly 200 moving average. And even if you do monthly, you will have the same price levels. That means that more people are looking at the same levels, more people will do actions at the same time, at the same direction. That's important if you're gonna use the mass psychology behind the trades. Okay, enough of that. Take a look at the first chart, AFLAC. This is the high peak that I'm using. The exact print is 68.81. As always, I need to check if AFLAC has any earnings, because you don't want to take a trade in a stock that has earnings coming up and you're holding it overnight, and when in the morning when the market open, it's gonna gap because of the earnings release before the market open. It can gap 5-10%, not in your favor. You can't trade that way. At least I don't want to trade that way. Alliant Technologies, you have a high peak from 2007. High is 120.90 cents. Check for earnings. Alliant, no earnings. Coming up close. Next chart. This is KVM Incorporation. You need to change the daily. It's easy to find what I'm looking at. I'm actually looking at this trend line. You connect this trough to that trough and you get a trend line. And when I draw up this in perfect mode before the video, I came up with the exact level of 33.67. That's the level I want to use for this trend line, support line. And I will put in a buy limit order. Kevin doesn't have any earnings coming up. Okay, next chart. Cabot Corporation. Easier if I change to monthly data. That's what I'm looking at. The high peak from 2007, 49.87. That's my level. Check for earnings. No earnings. Okay, short sell limit order at that level. Amdocs. This is my short sell limit order. It's at 41 and 1 cent. Check for earnings for Amdocs. No earnings. Next chart is the DST system. This is where I put in my short sell limit order at the high peak from 2007, 88.72. Check for earnings for DST system. No earnings. Next chart, First Energy. I will use this low trough, this low pivot, and that's exact. The low is at 33.57. That's where I put in my buy limit order. First Energy. Any earnings? No. Short Industries. I will need to change to daily data. Going back in time, and what I'm doing here, I'm looking actually at a Fibonacci retracement. I connect this low trough, low pivot up to this high. I got 61.8. That's the probably one of the most used Fibonacci levels, and I got this level, and I connect that also to this peak. It's easy to see in weekly mode. So that's where I put in my level. If two levels are pretty close or very close, I use the most far away level, and in this case it's the high 83.69 on GTLS, Short Industries. That's where I put in my buy limit order. Check for earnings. GTLS, no earnings. Next chart, Moody's. This is the high pivot I'm using at 76 and 9 cent. Moody's, no earnings, coming up close. And the last chart is Nasdaq, and I'm using this high 38 and 80 cent from 2008. That's my resistance level for going short. Nasdaq, has it any earnings? No. Okay, that was the last chart. Wrap it up to bring in the board. Those in red is short sell limit orders, and those in blue are long limit buy limit orders. Aflac 68.81, ATK 120.90 cent, CAVM 33.67 cent, CBT 49.87 short sell, DOX 41.1 cent short sell, DST 88.72 short sell, FE First Energy 33.57 buy limit order, GTLS buy limit order at 83.69, Moody's 76.9 cent short sell, and Nasdaq OMX Group 38.80 cent short sell limit order. And remember, this is only my personal levels that I use in my own trading. This is my trading blog that I'm doing video. This is not in any kind of an advice for anyone out there. And if you do trades, remember it comes with risk. It could be dangerous, and if you do trades, do not put more money in the trade that you can afford to lose. Okay, that's all for today. Preparing the US market, the 21st of November 2013. Thank you for your attention, and happy trading.